It's national meets regional. Welcome to Sidewalks Entertainment, the long-running celebrity, music, and art series. Join us now for an exciting new path to celebrity interviews, music, rising talents, much, much more.
Our next two guests today are both busy working actors in TV and film. You might recognize Michael Roark from his roles in Magic Mike and Young and the Restless, and Allison Paige in her roles in The Flash and also Days of Our Lives. The two have teamed up with country music star Trace Adkins, acting together in the film Bennett's War. I'd like to welcome the talented stars Michael Roark and Allison Paige. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah. Now, before we get into Bennett's War, I'd like to do I always like to talk to our guests and flash back with them and kind of talk about, how they got started in their careers. And you both have very interesting stories. So I wanted to start with Michael. I read that you were actually studying finance in law school.
Yeah, well, I graduated with finance and business finance degree in college, and then I'm also a licensed attorney. I went to law school.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So if I ever need an attorney, I can come to you then.
You sure can. Yeah. Yeah. Well, in Florida anyway. I'm licensed in Florida, but yeah. And so it's something I still do on the side. I don't really have as much time for it these days, but it helps me out in producing. I was on track to be a prosecutor, and then life kind of took me in a different direction.
Wow, okay. So then the acting kind of happened along the way, or was that something that you were always interested in?
It was always both. I was theater as well in college. I was a theater minor, so acting was always there. And then I had an opportunity once I got out of law school, because it was 2009 and jobs were pretty sparse. And I'm not the type of guy to really sit around, so I was making a buck while I was trying to find a law job, just kind of bartending on the beach, and I took an opportunity to get back in for the first time acting for film, because I was always staged before that. And so it kind of life took me in that direction, and it kind of took off.
Well, funny how things work out.
Right.
Well, for Allison, what led you into acting? Because I think you've been interested for a very long time, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, I was always very into sports and the arts growing up, and I was always performing. But I was mainly a dancer until I would say I was like 17, and I did this pilot that was based around dance, and I was not very good in it, but I caught the bug, and I was like, oh, this is another element of being an artist that I can express in front of the camera. And I moved to I moved to LA 10 days after my 18th birthday and studied my butt off in every acting class I could find, and just really caught that bug.
Wow. Well, we all know, it's a tough industry to get into and have that big break in acting. But for both of you, what was it that helped you along the path, and what helped you to not give up? Because it's a battlefield out there in acting.
Yeah. My family is what has always, I remember at one point I wanted to move home, and my dad was like, nope, you're not allowed. You haven't been there long enough. Keep working for it. This is what you're destined to do. So without their love and support, I probably would have left already.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And for Michael, for you, what was it for you?
Yeah, I think it's so many different things, but I think at the source is you have to really love the craft. If I did not love the craft as much as I did, I would not have made it as far as I have, because it's too hard. Yeah. It's too competitive.
Yeah.
You have to face too many struggles along the way where most people would peel out if it wasn't something they didn't really want. Yeah. So to have that conviction, that love, and also just a belief and a wanting to, I love the opportunity to connect and to tell a story. And with Bennett's War, for instance, the fact that we could connect with military vets as well as motocross racers, and to tell a story that could be inspiring and healing, and that's really, I wanted to do that, and I want to be a part of that, and that's, I think, what's kind of kept me on my path.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, now let's get into Bennett's War. What was it actually that first sparked your interest when you first heard about this film project?
Well, I think, when I read a script, it's a visceral reaction to a script. And I hooked right into this. It just felt very real to me, like the struggle of what Marshall was facing, and for a former motocross champion to go then serve in the Army Ranger unit, and to have these awful injuries and come back home and trying to find a way to support his family. Marshall's a guy who always tried to do the right thing, and he still finds himself up against it, and it really kind of tests his will, and it tests the will of the family. and it's about the things that are kind of always worth fighting for. And I love to dive deep and see like what's going on in those depths of us, that, you know, that very instinctual sense, that primal sense of no matter what happens, like this is always worth fighting for. And I think that really that really located for me.
Yeah, you know what I love about this this film is that it kind of has a couple different things going on. We have we have the war, we have motocross happening, there's the family relationships happening. So it's all very exciting and entertaining, but also has like this beautiful element to it of family and family drama and what we go through.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like 3 films in one. And we have one thing that I'm really excited about, and I think Alice is very excited about as well, is the fact that it can hit such a large audience. Yeah. We've got the family, the drama, the sport, the romance. We're honoring military, we're honoring motocross. It's beautifully shot. It's made, you know, this is a film made also by racers and riders. Our DP, director, producers, yeah, some actors. Like, there's real racers in this film. There's real vets in this film. So it's a very authentic story.
It has a little something for everyone.
You collaborated with country singer Trace Adkins in the film. What was that like?
It was awesome. Trace is just a great guy. He's such a talented man. I mean, I always knew he was a great country singer, but he's a really great actor and performer all around. So it was an honor to work across such a legend.
Yeah, and Trace is as advertised. He's as great as a guy as you would hope he would be. He's got a very commanding presence, you know, just personally and also on camera. And everyone already knew he was a good performer, but I think his performance is really going to surprise people as how great of an actor he is as well.
I know, if it's not, his voice is very powerful as well. Oh, yeah. I'm like, whoa. Now, for both of you, I'm curious, did either of you know how to ride motocross bikes at all before doing this?
No way.
I've been on bikes, I've rode, but I've never raced motocross, which is definitely its own beast. Motocross bikes, for instance, I was on a KTM, and it's a bike that's jacked with power. You gotta make sure you respect the bike, especially where we were riding, which was out in Glen Helen, where it can be very slippery out there. So you can do what's called a whiskey throttle pretty easily, and it's otherwise you just got to be careful. And so I had some comfort, some experience, and I had, you know, the guys got me trained up pretty good because I did quite a bit of riding in this film.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, speaking of trying things, you guys have both tried so many different acting roles. I was reading your guys' resumes, and you guys have done a ton of stuff. Before we let you go, our fans want to know, is there a role that you haven't done that you really would like to kind of bite into and try and act in?
Oh gosh, there's so many.
No, I mean, I've got a bunch. One thing I'm thinking about right now, I'm thinking about writing myself, is I love to play like an Irish grifter role.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was thinking a lawyer, but hey.
Yeah. Oh, lawyer? Yeah. Oh, for sure. That's a no-brainer. That'll come. That will come whenever the tide brings it in.
I've always wanted to do a period piece. I haven't done any, like something old school Hollywood. I don't know, some kind of period piece. Not in this era. Would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I could totally see you doing that, Allison. I can picture you already. Just manifest it. It's going to happen.
Yeah, put it out there.
Absolutely.
So the next time I talk to you guys, we're going to be talking about these next 2 films. So.
Yeah, 100%. I like that.
Well, you guys, thank you so much. It was a pleasure and delight to have you here on the show. We look forward to hearing more of what you're up to. So please keep in touch, and good luck with the film Bennett's War. We look forward to watching it all here and telling everybody about it. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
For more full-length celebrity interviews, visit sidewalkstv.com.